Is as lucky as that individual. As you see the thing explode there, each year nearly 100,000 workers suffer injury on construction job sites alone across the United States. Charlie Bacon is a leading crusader for construction worker safety. Charlie, incidentally, was part of the team that built our headquarters here in Englewood Cliffs more than a decade ago. Charlie, welcome. Good to have you with us. How do you get a construction worker's attention focused on being safe? Because, look, we all get sort of the lecture about, do this, wear the helmet, wear the eye protection, and it's very easy to ignore it. How do you get their attention?
Winning over their hearts and minds. It's interesting when you sit with a person and you start talking about why we want them to wear the equipment, but we start talking about their families, their loved ones, their children. We all have families, moms, dads, children that depend upon us. So one of the things we do when a new worker comes to work for my company, Limbach, we actually go through an orientation session. Yes, they watch the videos. We have them write a personal letter to their loved ones upon a tragedy in their life, whether they are disabled or, worse than that, a fatality. And you could hear these tough iron workers, people that you see every day on construction sites. You'll hear them sniffle, shed a tear, wipe their face, and they start getting it.
Right.
There's a reason why we have this personal protection.
It really hits home. And your crusade, if you want to call it that, started on a very personal level as well. Your grandfather lost 8 fingers on the job, I believe the first day of his job, and you also saw co-workers die on the job.
Years ago, unfortunately, my grandfather lost his fingers, and he had to live his entire life with that handicap. And I didn't realize as a young child what he lived through, but I learned later in life that he had to deal with that disability, and it was very tough. Beyond that, though, we did have early on in my previous employer a number of fatalities in our company that happened like that, and we realized we had to change. What we learned is it's great to provide all this equipment, but at the end of the day, you've got to win over their hearts and minds to deliver their own safety, personal
I want to draw our viewers' attention to some of the things here that we've all seen at different times: helmets, face protection, vests that make you more visible. What can these things do to really save lives? Obviously, I mean, if I wear this and something falls on my head, I'm going to be protected at least in part.
You can always put on a hard hat. That obviously protects you from stuff falling. Yep. Things like harnesses, though, this is a safety harness, and we have 100% fall protection on our projects. This goes around the worker's body, and then they will clip off to something that's solid. In case they have a possible
slip, if they're on a roof or something.
Incident, they're protected from falling. Yeah. This has saved numerous lives.
Mandy needs this. Mandy,
I'm going to wear that. It gets very dangerous.
And here, remember this scene of the scaffolding coming down. Those were window washers, not construction workers. How do you get? You got to get management behind this too, don't you?
Well, that's the amazing thing that's going on today. We have Safety Week going on this week. Now, every day is Safety Day, but from the standpoint of working with other executives, I get together twice a year with other CEOs of major corporations, and we sit back and we talk about learning together about safety. Recharging our batteries. Incidents have happened, but how do we keep correcting the industry so that we engineer out these accidents?
Well, you're doing something right, because since 2006, construction fatalities are down 36%. So keep up the good work. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for allowing me to join you.
Charlie Bacon, Chairman.